Hi, welcome to Guide to Fluency, where we review language programs and apps to help you on your language learning journey. Today I'll be reviewing the French language program from Lingopie. I'll go over pricing, the Lingopie learning method, the pros and cons I found while using Lingopie for French, and of course, whether I think Lingopie can help you learn French or not. Before I get started, I'd like to mention that we also have a detailed written review over on our website in case you need more information. All you have to do to get there is Google Guide to Fluency, Lingopie French Review. To start, let's talk a bit about what the Lingopie French program is and how it works. In short, Lingopie is a video on-demand platform that uses TV shows and movies to facilitate learning French. Their approach focuses on immersion and contextual-based learning instead of traditional classroom-style instruction or flashcard lessons like you would find with other French language apps. Lingopie exposes learners to authentic real-world content in order to emulate the way native speakers learn French. By surrounding learners with genuine conversations, cultural nuances, and everyday language, when watching and listening to these shows and movies with subtitles and utilizing Lingopie's interactive features, users can enhance their listening, comprehension, vocabulary, and grasp of grammar in a more engaging and natural way. Plus, you'll likely stick with it longer than other French language programs since you're doing something that you actually find entertaining, all for a low monthly cost. Alright, now that you've got an idea of how Lingopie works, let's get into the pros and cons of using Lingopie to learn French. Let's start with the positives. The first pro, as you may have already guessed, Lingopie is an entertaining way to learn French. It's much more engaging and enjoyable than traditional French language apps like Duolingo or Memrise, for example. Why is that though? Well, most people would rather watch a TV show or movie than read a textbook or go through flashcards. It's also because Lingopie's video library offers premium TV shows and movies that you would likely want to watch anyways. I'm not talking about watching a soap opera in French. It's content you'd find on Netflix. Needless to say, if you're a visual learner, or you would simply rather watch TV shows and movies than complete more conventional style French lessons, Lingopie should be a good fit for your learning needs. Pro number 2 is cost. It was a pleasant surprise to see how affordable Lingopie subscriptions are since they have such a great video library. Their subscription options range from a 3-month plan for $42, an annual plan for $168, and a lifetime subscription for $229. Keep in mind though, the prices I just rattled are the MSRPs, and that's important to note because Lingopie is almost always running some sort of deal or special promotion. For example, the annual plan is usually discounted down to around $70. So be sure to check the description below for coupon codes. I'll do my best to keep the text below the video screen updated with the latest codes I can find. So be sure to check that out before purchasing. But at $6 per month, that's cheaper than Babbel, Pimsleur, and Rosetta Stone, so it's hard to complain from a pricing perspective. Next positive is Lingopie has lots of helpful and functional features within the platform aside from subtitles. Some of the features and tools include a loop setting that allows you to repeat a scene until you understand the dialogue, which is particularly useful during fast-paced segments. Lingopie also offers control over the playback speed, which is extremely beneficial, especially for beginners. Apart from that, you also have the ability to pause the show or movie you're watching at any time to participate yourself by repeating what characters are saying. And what's nice about this feature is Lingopie uses speech recognition software to analyze and rate your French pronunciation on a scale from 1 to 100. That way you can get some verbal practice alongside listening and reading to really round out your French language skills. Moving on to pro number 4, the grammar instruction. I think grammar is easily one of the strengths of the Lingopie program for a few different reasons. Lingopie color codes subtitles, which makes it easier to identify and understand the roles of each word in a sentence. You can also click on any word within the subtitles and Lingopie will display its definition, including whether it's singular or plural, which definitely helps when you're confused or come across a word that you've never seen before. Most importantly, in my opinion, is Lingopie's grammar coach. So when you click on the light bulb icon below in the video screen, Lingopie provides a detailed explanation of why a character said a particular word and the grammar rules behind the statement. In other words, Lingopie's grammar coach not only explains French grammar rules and usage, but it also demonstrates how grammar rules are applied in real-life situations. And lastly, pro number 5, I like that Lingopie automatically creates flashcards for you to review in between shows and movies. How it works is you watch a show or movie and read the subtitles, If you come across a word or phrase you don't understand and you click on it for more details, as I explained earlier, Lingopie automatically creates a flashcard for you to review later. And for clarity purposes, these are not your typical flashcards with one word on each side. These are interactive video-based flashcards that use the precise clips from the show or movie where the word or phrase was used, which really helps with recall. Whenever you can associate a face or scene with the word or phrase, it boosts retention and helps in using the word in the correct context. Now that we've touched on the positive, let's discuss some of the cons of using Lingopie to learn French. The first one is that Lingopie subtitles aren't always 100% accurate. Sometimes when you click on a word, it shows the literal definition, even if it differs from the word or phrase that was used in the context of the TV show or movie. Now obviously these kinds of errors are far and few between and are kind of expected, but when it does happen, it can disrupt the learning process. Con number 2 is that there's no clear study plan like you would get with Babbel or Pimsleur, for example. You're kind of on your own, which isn't ideal, especially when you're just starting to learn French. Personally, I think having a set lesson plan provides a clear structure and sequence for learning, which helps you understand what to focus on and how to progress systematically. It also ensures that you build your knowledge and skills gradually, reinforcing what you've learned before moving on to more complex concepts. I just wish Lingopie would provide some sort of guide for learning French, as opposed to sort of throwing you in from the start. And lastly, I don't think Lingopie is the ideal French app for newcomers, especially if you tend to get frustrated easily, and this is because the app lacks a structured curriculum that builds your language skills. And I'm aware that Lingopie allows you to filter shows and movies by difficulty level and adjust the playback speed, but it can still be overwhelming for new learners. The dialogues in the shows and movies progresses quickly, and the language used by the characters is often sophisticated. So really, I would recommend Lingopie for people who have at least a basic foundation or understanding of French. Time for my final thoughts, but before I get to that, I'd like to mention that Kira Guide to Fluency, we're on a mission to help 1 million people learn a second language. As part of that goal, we're giving away a free language learning subscription to one person every month. It's super easy to enter, all the details will be down below in the description, and you might just want a free Lingopie subscription. Alright, is Lingopie a good choice for learning French? Well, after testing and reviewing the program, I think the answer is easily yes. While I do have a few issues with the program, like the lack of a structured lesson plan or curriculum, for example, the pros still far outweigh the cons in my opinion. The Lingopie video library is packed with premium TV shows and movies, and there are a ton of supplemental tools to aid in the learning process, like quizzes, a grammar coach, and video-based flashcards. Not to mention the Lingopie subscription plans are super affordable. So all in all, I think Lingopie is an effective option for learning French, especially if you already possess basic knowledge of the language. Lingopie is also a great program to help supplement others you may already be using. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. Hope you found this video useful. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check out the rest of our website and YouTube channel for more language learning reviews and comparisons. Bye for now.